meditation and detachment effects, unplugging the simulation. Have you ever closed your eyes and felt reality dissolve? Not in some metaphorical sense, but like a curtain being pulled back, revealing something vaster, quieter, more real than anything you've ever known. It's subtle, a stillness beneath the noise, a strange, almost sacred moment in deep meditation when thought pauses, and you no longer feel like a person thinking, but an awareness watching. Detached, present, free. For thousands of years, mystics and seekers have spoken of this moment, this waking from within the dream. But what if it's not just spiritual metaphor? What if meditation, at its deepest level, is a disconnection from something much larger than we ever imagined? A momentary log out from a simulated layer of reality? Think of how dreams work. Inside a dream, everything feels real until you wake up. Suddenly, the fears, the attachments, the urgency all vanish in an instant. What if daily reality is no different, just another layer? And meditation is the act of peeling back that layer. In today's world, we build simulations of our own. Immersive games, virtual worlds, artificial environments where players lose themselves so completely they forget who they are. And yet every simulation needs a pause button, a way to exit, to remember. Could meditation be that exit? During deep meditative states, many report ego dissolution, not just quieting the mind, but losing the very sense of identity. Emotions fade, thoughts stop. There's no me, no you, only awareness, an observer, timeless, untouched. It feels like remembering something you never knew you forgot, like returning to a place you've never been, but somehow always belonged. Simulation theorists offer a compelling twist. What if this state isn't internal? What if it's external? Not a product of your brain, but a brief reconnection with base reality. The world behind the rendered illusion. The source code beneath existence. In a well-designed simulation, players aren't supposed to know they're inside. They must believe, engage, forget. But even the best code has backdoors, moments where the illusion breaks down, a glitch, a pause, a silence too deep to ignore. In simulation terms, meditation might be that glitch. The moment when the user, your true self, remembers the interface. And in that space of detachment, you remember what you are. Not the character, not the narrative, but the observer. Neuroscience calls this default mode network suppression. Activity in the parts of the brain responsible for identity and narrative suddenly quiets. But what if it's not just neurons slowing down? What if it's your local simulation node going offline? Rendering halts, ego dissolves, and what's left is raw perception, base awareness, unfiltered existence. Across cultures, we've had names for this: Maya, samsara, illusion, the veil that hides the true nature of reality. And now, simulation theory echoes the same idea, only in digital language. The dream is rendered, the world is procedural. And meditation is the moment you stop generating new frames. It's not that the world vanishes, it's that your attachment to it does. The struggles of daily life lose their grip. Fear becomes observation. Desire becomes curiosity. Drama becomes theater. You're no longer reacting, you're witnessing, not just life, but the architecture of life. Because if this world is built on systems, laws, code, algorithms, then perhaps the truest thing in existence is the one thing that isn't built. Your awareness. That unnameable, untouchable field of perception. And what if the simulation was designed not to trap you, but to see if you could remember? What if the real goal is not survival or success or belief, but awakening, so the next time you sit in silence and the thoughts begin to slow and the edges of your identity begin to blur, don't pull back, lean in, because in that moment you might not just be meditating, you might be remembering, unplugging, reconnecting to something timeless, and in doing so, realizing that everything you thought was real was just the loading screen. And you've just found the password